All right, all right. Let's see. I think we should be good. There we go. So Facebook, right? And then YouTube right here.
We're live?
We are live.
Let's get the show on the road.
Yeah, let's do it. Let's do it. Let's make it pretty quick. So, all right, guys. My name's Ricky. If you guys haven't joined already, whoa, what the heck? There we go. All right, what's going on, guys? It's Ricky with TechBud Solutions. I hope that you guys are all having an amazing Christmas weekend. Just quickly wanted to cover with a couple buddies of mine. This is Chris. This is Henry. You guys want to introduce yourself?
What's up, guys? I'm Henry Nguyen.
Hey, what's up, guys? I'm Chris Percio. I run a digital marketing agency here in Southern California.
Yeah.
Help Ricky do marketing, too.
Yeah, definitely. So one of the really cool things about what I really quickly wanted to cover is I have a background when it comes down to investing in the stock market. And if you guys, in the past week, did you guys, really quickly, I'm just going to show you the dip the growth. The easiest way that I can put it, it went from 20,000, nearly 20,000, went from $19,856 all the way down to, as of today, $11,589. And one of the, I think, most important things about when it comes down to investing, I think, in any market that's credible in any way, is the way that I see Bitcoin running compared to similar trends and similar patterns in the stock market. I find Bitcoin to be the most credible, right, cryptocurrency. Yes. So with that being said, and all this expectation of what Bitcoin has to offer, people always ask that specific question: when is it time to buy Bitcoin? One of the things and one of the patterns that we look for when it comes down to investing in the stock market, and it's a stock that's trending up, right? That's showing signs of growth. Well, I'm going to show you the growth that Bitcoin has experienced. So in the past year, it's gone, you guys won't be able to see it, it's gone from $800 all the way up to highs of nearly $20,000. So with that being said, as this growth continues, right, obviously it experienced a huge catalyst of growth from the very beginning. But as this growth continues and these expectations for Bitcoin to hit 10,000, for Bitcoin to hit $500,000 or whatever it is to eventually hit, one of the things that people always ask is, when is it time to buy Bitcoin? The way that I invest in swing, when it comes down to swing trading or trading long term, is the best entry point. So when to buy in as this pattern is going up is when there's pullbacks. And this week alone, we experienced one of the largest pullbacks, I think, within the past couple of months. And it's when it hit from that 20,000, almost that 50% reduction in its overall price to nearly 10,000. So when people continue to ask, when is it time to buy Bitcoin? And my strategy, and again, this isn't set in stone. This is specifically what I use. But a lot of people, if you ask a lot of people that invest heavily in Bitcoin, I think one of the ways that they find it to be the most effective way in investing is not buying when everyone else is buying, but actually buying when everyone else is selling. And if that doesn't make sense, then think about it. Man, I just wish I had my charts or something like that. It's a little bit more difficult to be able to use it. What's it called? It's a little bit more difficult to explain it when it comes down to, I think, cryptocurrency and stuff like that. Do you want to quickly cover
why it's gone up?
Yeah.
So basically, just like any other currency, currencies go up when they become more available, and a few other things like that. Supply and demand. The reason why Bitcoin has been so tremendous this past year and it's grown so much is because many places have been accepting it. When people see the value, and more people see the value of any currency, the price is going to go up. Like, just think about it. What if there's a currency that no one accepts? No one accepts it. It's probably going to be worthless or very close to worthless because no one accepts it. No one wants to be. That's why the American dollar does very well compared to some other currencies, because a lot of people accept the American dollar, just like this. Now it's so easily accessible. You can just buy it on Coinbase or Binance or all these other exchanges. And if you go down the street or just go on the internet, you could go to travel sites. You could buy your whole travel, your flight, and everything in Bitcoin. You could buy cars in Bitcoin. A lot more businesses are accepting Bitcoin as a payment, and soon to be also some other coins, other altcoins to be accepted too. For example, I do marketing, so I was going to go meet with a client one time, and there was a restaurant next door that had a sign that said, "Hey, we accept Bitcoin as a form of payment," which is it's big. It just shows how big this is becoming and how much of a norm this is just beginning to be.
I think kind of touching base, it's actually going up as we speak. It's gone up about $100 since we've gone live. So that's for Bitcoin itself. One of the things that I think there's a huge pattern right now going, or a huge trend, and it's all these different altcoins and ICOs that are launching. With that being said, if I'm not, this is something that Graham told me. Graham is or Graham, right? So he's the one that I filmed the video with about 2 days ago, and I wanted to just give you, just kind of plant the seed and get your guys' opinion. He says that Bitcoin, there's a lot of talk about Bitcoin being the gold of the dollar, and that one of these ICOs is structured in a more effective and efficient way, that's actually going to become the dollar. But when Bitcoin drops, every other ICO and altcoin drops as well. So Bitcoin being the gold of these potential, ICOs that might one day become like the dollar for these digital currencies. That's just something that you might want to take into consideration. That Bitcoin, there's no question about that. That is one of the most reputable, right, cryptocurrencies out there.
The most,
yeah,
no doubt about
popular too.
And I think with that being said, as cryptocurrencies become more relevant and all these different ICOs start to gain more traction, Bitcoin is going to have to still be the biggest piece of pie. That gold, that backing for every other ICO and altcoin that's out there. There's a guy right now that says, I don't want to catch a falling knife, digital head. Realistically, I mean, if that's what you're saying, then I don't think you have a big investing background. And no disrespect, but it just comes out, it looks like you're just promoting all these different ICOs and altcoins. That's one of my biggest pet peeves, where people promote these altcoins or smaller ICOs when they are very irrelevant. And again, all these ICOs and all these different types of altcoins, you guys kind of have to think about them of the penny stocks, right, when it comes down to cryptocurrencies.
Very different in ways.
Yeah.
One thing I would recommend, and this is kind of something Ricky always talks about with stocks, is do your research, understand why things happen and why ICOs are going to do good or whatever it is, and then make a decision based off that. Don't just follow what everyone else is doing.
Another thing that's made Bitcoin so valuable is just Bitcoin futures, which you can bet on the price of it going up or if Bitcoin's going to go down. And when all these big financial institutions accept Bitcoin futures, I think that's another thing that made Bitcoin so valuable as well in the long run. Yeah,
so and there's a bunch of other people that are talking about LTC, Ethereum, and
Ripple.
The Bitcoin Cash, right? And then Bitcoin as well. The biggest thing is as these main four forms of cryptocurrencies continue to grow, the only kind of pointer that I want to make sure that you guys understand is three things. First, understand what it is that you're investing in and what drives these prices to increase. So like what are catalysts for these specific type of cryptocurrencies. So becoming familiar with what's to be expected with Bitcoin, what can drive either the price up or drive the price down, because series of partnerships and acceptance. I heard right now, or I've heard that in China they don't accept Bitcoins, and some form of acceptance to China would obviously act as a catalyst to drive the price up. So becoming familiar with what will drive the price up, and as well as becoming familiar with the risk involved. As Bitcoin is, in a sense, the most credible cryptocurrency out there, one of the biggest recommendations that I can have is as something is trending up, I find it to be the best entry points on these pullbacks. And you don't have to take my word for it. I've talked about it numerous times that I only choose to buy Bitcoin or any other form of one of the top cryptocurrencies. I'm not a heavy cryptocurrency investor, but one of the things that I do know is as these cryptocurrencies continue to gain more traction, I like to buy when everyone else sells. So I like to buy on the pullbacks, because then when it starts to receive, all that hype and all that kind of manipulation, and it pushes right back up, then I'm able to sell off when everyone else is buying to hopefully later sell for a profit. I already bought at a much lower price point, and then I can average up. One of the things that I want you guys to understand, that what it is that I am investing is not money that I need, so I'm investing in it long term. I told you guys that as soon as I sell my BMW M3, I'm going to be investing another or an additional $30,000 to $40,000 into Bitcoin. But again, the only way that I choose to invest in anything, right, in any market, is when I know that I'm getting a deal based on previous trends. So as I see Bitcoin and all these main four cryptocurrencies to continue their uptrend, I always look for those pullbacks and then to get a confirmation that it's trending back up. Then once we get that confirmation, I feel much more comfortable that, hey, I bought it for a deal, it's trending back up. I have a better understanding that I got it for a good price. And then when it comes down to it hitting some form of resistance of $28,000, or let's say like $22,000 after it breaks that resistance, I would feel much comfortable, end up selling it. So let's see. Okay, so, and there's,
I have a great answer for that.
okay, so I'll read it out. So I want to know how long you guys have been trading Bitcoin. No offense, but it seems like we could just jumped on the train maybe 2 months ago. Am I wrong? What do you guys think of experts? So, do you want to answer? Yeah.
Quick answer for, there's many people who are like, hey, I shouldn't listen to you because you've been, first of all, you shouldn't listen to me. You should take in what I have, think about it, find out why I say it, and make your own decision. But one of the big things is people are giving Tai Lopez and a lot of other influencers slack on why they're getting into Bitcoin now. It's like because it's becoming the next big thing. And you got to catch these trends. But the main reason why, just because you've been longer in something than someone else doesn't mean you're somewhat better than them at it. I know people who have been in other industries kicking the social media marketing tire around for months. People who've been in my Facebook group who have been just doing nothing. And no offense to you guys. Maybe you guys aren't just trigger pullers like me. I always take action. But you don't have to, for example, a great example. I'm 22 years old. Ricky is 22, right?
Yeah, I'm 22.
Would you trust someone who went to, school 5 years more about, someone went to school for 5, 6 years, whatever it is, about trading and financial advisor, whatever. Would you trust them more than Ricky? Most likely you trust Ricky more. It doesn't matter if Ricky went to school or not because Ricky has shown you the credibility and Ricky is putting the work and the time. He didn't need to go to school. You don't need to have some crazy background of years of being in cryptocurrency to know something about it or be able to explain to people how you do things the way you do.
Yeah. No, this guy's like, oh, I see that smile. So
yeah, it's like we're just sharing our own experiences, sharing our own knowledge, and it's up to you to do your homework, to do your own research.
Yeah.
Yeah, and never just invest on what we say or what other people are saying as well.
What's going on, Josh? I think the easiest way that I can put it is for someone that's saying like, hey, I don't think Ricky has jumped into the cryptocurrency within the past 2 months. I have no real I don't feel bad if I say like, hey, I didn't jump into cryptocurrency, let's say, a week ago. I feel like because of my trading background, I understand that it's a different background. But when it comes down to investing in the stock market and my experience with that and moving on over to cryptocurrency and how I see everyone else investing in cryptocurrency, we see that there's a lot of manipulation, people going in blind, and it's very similar that when people start investing in these penny stocks, that they think that they're going to make it rich. There's very popular memes on Instagram, Twitter, where they're like, they invest $100, make 25, and they're like, I don't know how you guys do that 9 to 5 shiz, right? So I'm not saying that you need to have a ton of experience when it comes down to investing in cryptocurrency. I feel like because I have a larger audience that comes down to investors, I want to make sure that you guys understand and do your own due diligence when it comes down to investing in these specific markets. I'm here to talk to you guys about my trading experience and how I choose to invest in these cryptocurrencies. I'm sure that there's people that have been in cryptocurrency for the past year, but I can promise you that within the past 2 months and the money that I've made in cryptocurrency, because I have more money to invest than some people, I've made more in net returns than other people. And it doesn't even come down to the dollar value, but it comes down to the mindset and the strategies that you guys use when it comes down to investing in any market altogether. So with that being said, it's just like, I feel like there's so much like emotion for people that are so passionate about cryptocurrencies and whatever the case may be. I personally don't care how passionate you are about any market. One of the biggest things that I like to focus on are patterns and trends and how to be able to capitalize on them. And I think that's something that I'm very familiar with. So yes, some people might have a little bit more experience than me when it comes down to investing in cryptocurrency, or your tenure might be a little bit longer. But altogether, I want to make sure that you guys understand that when it comes down to my overall mindset of how I've invested in the stock market, I understand that it's a completely different market, but I know when it comes down to something consistently growing and continuously growing, gaining traction, I know one of the most effective strategies out there when it comes down to real estate, the stock market, and also cryptocurrencies is buying the dip. It's worked well for me, and that's why I'm simply here to share that information with you. There's so many people that, even Fortune 500 companies, and I've talked about it numerous times before, JP Morgan is very infamous for discrediting Bitcoin. It caused a huge negative catalyst, which drove the price down, and then they were able to jump right back in and then profit off of that dip. And it's like understanding what everyone else is doing to drive the price up and how it is that you can capitalize on that without actually taking the hit. That's something that I'm here to, it's not that I'm here, I'm not a crypto, I tell you guys that I don't invest very heavily. I plan to invest up to, the additional 40,000, 30 to 40,000, so I'll be invested about $50 to $60,000 into cryptocurrency. I don't think that's enough for me to really call myself a crypto investor, or, overhyping these things of crypto to the moon or whatever the case may be. But one of the things that I want you guys to understand is there's a lot of people that are really jumping onto the bandwagon of investing in cryptocurrency. And I want to make sure that you guys don't go in blind, that you guys go in with the right mindset, and that you guys understand kind of certain strategies and techniques. What happened there?
It just went out, I guess.
Yeah.
Let's keep on going.
Yeah, so certain strategies or techniques when it comes down to investing in these markets. And just like any other market out there, you guys need to become familiar. You guys need to become familiar with these specific markets. So, and Kanye West, supposedly, right, is saying FOMO.
FOMO.
So the fear of missing out. I think that's one of the biggest things when it comes down to investing in cryptocurrency. People didn't think it was going to hit 5,000, and when it did, they're like, oh, I'm going to wait till it comes back to 1. It hit 10,000, and then they're like, oh, I'm going to buy when it comes back to 5. Then it hit 20,000. People said, I'm going to buy at 15 or at 10. Well, it just experienced this pullback. So again, it's not just about talking, but it's about taking action. And if you guys are someone, again, that is willing to take this risk, that doesn't need the money that you guys are about to invest in, and is willing to become part of this game, then that's something that you guys want to take into consideration. When is it time to buy? In my opinion, it's on these dips. Because it's a continuous uptrending growth, and I think as it continues to dip, then that would make sense. For people that continue to ask me, hey, what brokerage or not what brokerage, what wallet or what platform do I specifically use when it comes down to investing in? I don't invest in any ICOs or altcoins. Why? I'm not knowledgeable enough in those specific, like in the cryptocurrency market itself. I feel like I understand Bitcoin and the main four a little bit more than the average person, and that's why I do it. So with that being said, I use GDAX or I use Coinbase, and for all those that are interested, you guys can Google it. But also there is a link down below that if you guys want $10 free of Bitcoin, then you guys click that link and you guys get $10. You guys definitely don't have to, and Coinbase does have a little bit higher commissions than GDAX. But it's just for your convenience. If you guys want to use the link, great, you can get $10. And if you guys don't, you guys can completely avoid my affiliate link and Google it. I really don't care. But yeah.
Coinbase right now, if you're in the U.S. especially, I'm not sure where you guys are watching this from, but if you're in the U.S., it's the easiest place to attain Bitcoin or any of those four ones, which is Bitcoin Cash, Bitcoin, Ethereum, or Litecoin. I would also recommend Binance as very well. But I would say if you're starting off and this is like your first take on any cryptocurrency and you're not heavily trying to invest, go on Coinbase.
Yeah,
it's
Coinbase
the easiest thing. It is super. Also look into the security a bit if you're going to invest heavily, but yeah, Coinbase is probably the best bet here.
There's so many people that are saying that Coinbase sucks because it crashes. It's one of the largest wallets out there, right? If I'm not mistaken, it's one of the largest platforms where you can trade the big four. With that being said, if you're just getting started, and I don't know how comfortable you guys are, so there's so many people that are saying, you should try this, you should try this different wallet. When it comes down to starting out, and if people are going to invest $100, I think the safest wallet out there would be Coinbase or GDAX.
Yeah, I wouldn't say the safest. I would say the most accessible, most easiest to use. That's not what we're saying, by the way. People are giving, Coinbase, I guess it has some negative connotation. Of course, we're not talking about some expert trader to go on some crazy exchange. We're just telling you, hey, if you're starting into this, the easiest place to access and get yourself a bit of Bitcoin, whether it's a couple $100 or a couple thousand, is Coinbase. No doubt about it, especially in the U.S.
And it's really easy to use, too. Like, there's no hassle involved. Just go ahead and make an account, sign up, put in how much money you want, put in how much Bitcoin you want, or Ethereum, Litecoin, Bitcoin Cash, and then boom. The fees are a little bit higher, but it's easy, it's accessible. There are other exchanges out there too, like Bittrex and Poloniex. But for me personally, I started out using Coinbase because it's easy and it's safe.
Definitely.
It's safe.
And as you guys start to dive in, you guys are going to become more knowledgeable and become more familiar with all these different wallets and all these different ICOs, and as well as certain patterns. And that's all we really want. So for all those that are commenting everything it is that you guys want to comment and persuade people, for those that are looking into getting started, you guys might want to dedicate 30 minutes or whatever it is that you guys can to become familiar with all these different cryptocurrencies, how to invest in them, and then
why they work.
Yeah, why they work and how to take advantage of set opportunities. That's all I ask you guys. You guys don't have to use any of our links. You guys don't have to, altogether, just become more familiar with cryptocurrencies, learn more than what the average investor in these, or supposedly investor in these cryptocurrencies, and just have an understanding of the risk involved before actually investing your hard-earned money. That's all I'm asking, and I hope that it can guide you guys in the right direction.
Yeah, so we're here just to educate. We're here to share our knowledge, share the wealth, share our experiences. We're not financial advisors, so we're not here to tell you guys what to do or where to buy.
He kind of is.
I'm a financial consultant, but when it comes to cryptocurrency, I'm not an expert, so we're not here to manipulate you in any way. We're just here to educate and share valuable information and knowledge. Yeah, that's it. That's our main goal.
All right, guys. But thank you guys again. I just wanted to, because there's obviously going to be a lot of traction about this Bitcoin pullback, so I just wanted to make a video to my audience quickly talking about how I plan to invest in Bitcoin and how I've purchased Bitcoin. So if you guys saw Tanner Fox's video that he uploaded today, he invested in Bitcoin, and I was right there with him when he bought a couple tens of thousands of dollars of Bitcoin. It was hilarious. So my boy turned 18 today, so congratulations, happy birthday, Tanner. But altogether, just become familiar with what it is that you're investing in. I hope that, my strategy or my approach when it comes down to investing in cryptocurrency, again, from a stock background, can guide you guys in the right direction. And for all those that are interested in learning how to invest in the stock market, it's going to be, I'm not too sure what link it is. Well, first of all, the first link, if you guys aren't subscribed to Chris already, feel free to subscribe to him if you guys want to learn a little bit more about digital marketing. And then if you guys want to get into trading cryptocurrencies or what's it called, the Big Four, you guys can earn $10 by using the third link in the description, and it will give you $10 free to Coinbase. The first link where it says number 1, that's my Learn, Plan, Profit course. So if you guys have never invested in the stock market and want to get started, thank you guys again for watching this entire video. If you guys use the coupon code GET50OFF, so GET50 off, OFF, you guys will save $50 off of the Learn, Plan, Profit lesson library, which I work with you on a daily basis. I put my weekly watch list, and then you have access to over 6 hours of content where I teach you based on my best practices and my experiences when it comes down to investing in the stock market successfully. So other than that, do you want to say anything else?
I want to say something else.
Okay.
So I know we're talking about ICOs over here, but if you go look on the news, huge UFO event just happened right above us. Okay, they're coming for Ricky too.
Wait, is that true?
We gotta hide you, man.
What happened, dude? What happened?
No, there's a huge UFO event.
Just go on your Snapchat.
Crazy.
No way.
There's a thick cloud with lights.
What?
They'll see what I'm talking about.
You're
just gotta go
kidding.
check it out.
I'm confused.
All right.
Snapchat.
Yeah, I'm confused what they're saying. But thank you guys again. I hope you guys all have an amazing Christmas holiday for your time and for your support. Hope you guys have a safe holiday altogether. And like always, guys, continue working hard, continue following your dreams. Let your passion be what drives in your success. And like always, let's make sure that we end the year on a green note. Take it easy, team.